A very good evening and a warm welcome to Thursday night's edition of Primetime News. I'm Michael Madimba. In tonight's top story, President Dr. Hage Geingob and First Lady Monica Geingob have tested positive for the coronavirus COVID-19. According to a media statement issued by the presidency early on Thursday, the first couple tested positive Wednesday evening. Selma Shiwaya and Josephina Simeon have more on this report.
The statement issued by the presidency early on Thursday said the president and first lady are in good spirits and are in self-isolation at their residence. The presidency wishes the president and first lady a speedy recovery, it said. 3 weeks ago, the presidency confirmed to local media that Geingob was advised to self-isolate without any symptoms after being in contact with many people during the meeting held in Rundu and Zambezi from 24th to 26th April 2021. Josephine Simeon, Nampi News.
Erongo Police Regional Commander for Community Affairs Inspector Eleni Shapumba has confirmed that one person died in a horrific road accident just outside Swakopmund earlier today. It is alleged that the driver of a white VW Golf R was traveling from Arandis to Swakopmund, while a white and green truck was traveling from Swakopmund, turning into Walvish Bay June 7 C24 road. It is further alleged that in the process, the hatchback hit the truck on its left rear bumper, resulting in damages to both vehicles. The driver of the VW Golf R succumbed to the injuries on the scene. The deceased's body was transported to Swakopmund State Hospital for further handling and a post-mortem. The deceased's name is Titus Heiki Nishinda, a 30-year-old Namibian male, and his next of kin have been informed. The truck driver is Mr. Francisco Diakuka de Concel, a 54-year-old Namibian male. Investigations continue. Our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. Auditor General Junius Kanjeke has commenced a forensic audit into the books of August 26, a company that has failed to account for public funds since 1998. Kanjeke revealed this today in an exclusive interview with Nampa, where he highlighted that his office has started work in auditing the company's books and the reports will be published once done. I will comment further on the matter when the time is right, but yes, we are mandated to audit August 26 and we will do it to the best of our capabilities, Kanjeke said. Newly appointed Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs Frans Kapofi said audits into August 26 are welcome. There is no problem from our side. It is the statutory obligations of the Auditor General to audit August 26, and they must just do that. As the Line Ministry, we of course welcome that, Kapofi said. August 26 and its subsidiaries have been at the center of public criticism for their lack of accountability, despite the fact that they have been recipients of multi-million-dollar government contracts. Looking at news from beyond our borders. The Democratic Republic of Congo today topped an annual list of the world's most neglected crises, drawn up by the Norwegian Refugee Council, which lamented a lack of media attention, diplomatic initiatives, and financial aid. DR Congo is one of the worst humanitarian crises of the 21st century, a lethal combination of spiraling violence, record hunger levels, and total neglect has ignited a mega crisis that warrants mega response, the NRC Secretary General Jan Egeland said. But instead, millions of families on the brink of their abyss seem to be forgotten by the outside world and are left shut off from any support lifeline, he said in a statement. The NRC's annual World's Most Neglected Crises list is based on 3 criteria: how well humanitarian needs are met, the level of media coverage, and attention garnered on the international diplomatic scene. Your top roundup is up next. Leading tonight's business and economics news. The industrial action by Namibian Broadcasting Corporation NBC employees that lasted for about 4 weeks was called off on Wednesday. LV Ayambo and Josefina Simeon have more on the story.
A statement issued by NBC's Director General Stanley Similo announced the end of the strike, saying the development came after a great number of striking staff decided to abandon the strike and after NBC's board chairperson Lazarus Jacob and Namibia Public Workers Union Secretary General Petrus Ngava met on Tuesday and agreed on terms, leading to the strike being called off as well as the cancellation of the court case lodged by NAPU against the corporation. NBC workers were demanding an 8% salary increment, permanent employment for 133 contract employees, as well as a conducive working environment. According to Similo, as part of the conditions of the agreement, the board is dealing with the matter of the contract employees who are currently working on a 1-year contract. In an interview with Nampa on Wednesday, representative of the NBC Workplace Union Daniel Nadunya said, though not all demands made by the workers were met, the effect of the strike and the opportunity costs were calculated, and the union felt it was prudent for the strike to be called off. He further said that although the contract employees will now be employed on a permanent basis, this will be done without any additional benefits such as medical aid, housing and transport allowance or pension. The demand of the 8% salary increment was unfortunately not met, and it is really unfortunate because as employees, all hoped that it would be met at least halfway, he added. Josephine Simeon, Nampa News.
Oil prices moved higher on Wednesday after data showed a decline in U.S. crude stockpiles. The West Texas Intermediate for July delivery added 14 cents to settle at $66.21 a barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange. Brent crude for July delivery increased 22 cents to close at $68.87 a barrel on the London ICE Futures Exchange. U.S. crude oil inventories decreased by 1.7 million barrels during the week ending May 21, the U.S. Energy Information Administration said in a report on Wednesday. At 484.3 million barrels, U.S. crude oil inventories were about 2% below the 5-year average for this time of the year. And now, a look into the business of aviation. Boeing agreed to pay a $17 million fine and enhance its supply chain and production practices after installing unapproved equipment on hundreds of planes, U.S. regulators say today. The Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) said the manufacturer installed unapproved sensors on 759 Boeing 737 MAX and NG aircraft. The company also submitted about 178 Boeing 737 MAX planes for airworthiness certification, despite having equipment installed that may not have been approved for use. Besides the fine, Boeing agreed to a number of corrective actions within specific timeframes, the FAA said. If Boeing fails to meet these conditions, the FAA will levy up to $10.1 million in additional penalties, the agency said. It's time for the economics roundup. The Mbiripipo Mondi Njavera Football and Netball Winter Tournament is set to take place at the Jonia Auto Commersdal and Ella du Plessis Sports Grounds in Windhoek on Saturday and Sunday. Speaking to Nampa on Wednesday, one of the tournament's organizers, Shiorimo Hange, said this will be the first edition, but they hope for an extension should the tournament prove successful. Hange stated that due to COVID-19 measures and protocols, 3 sports fields have been identified for hosting all games, which will allow for more people to witness the games in separate venues while also avoiding overcrowding. The tournament has so far attracted more than 35 football and netball teams from as far as Opuo, Gam, Omashete, Omaheke, and Windhoek, said Hange. Real Madrid today confirmed that Zinedine Zidane has decided to step down as first-team coach with immediate effect. The club confirmed Zidane's decision in a statement published on their official website, which read, Real Madrid Football Club announces that Zinedine Zidane has decided to bring an end to his current spell as head coach of our club. We must now respect his decision and express our gratitude for his professionalism, dedication and passion over the years and what he means to Real Madrid. The confirmation of the news comes after the Spanish press reported early morning that Zidane had told both the club and the players of his decision to leave his post on Wednesday, ending months of speculation over his future, after a season which saw Real Madrid finish without a title of any kind for the first time in 11 years. Real Madrid finished the domestic campaign second in La Liga, lost the Champions League semi-final to Chelsea, and were knocked out of the Copa del Rey by third-tier side Alcoyano, while Athletic Club Bilbao also beat them in the semi-finals of the Spanish Super Cup. Stand by for your sports roundup. That's all the news we had for you this evening. We thank you for tuning in. Give us a thumbs up and share. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Also click on the notifications bell to stay posted on the latest happenings locally and globally. From myself and the entire production team, it's good night.